Warning: spoilers below for who is faster, Superman or The Flash? It's a question comic book fans have debated for decades. In Superman, Henry Cavill and The Flash, Ezra Miller meet for the first time in the DCEU. Of course, with the Man of Steel and the Scarlet Speedster sharing the big screen, the question of who is actually faster can't help but come up. Even both heroes want to know who the true fastest man alive is by the end of the movie. Before we get to their movie race, let's look back at the times Superman and The Flash matched their vaunted speed in the comics. Superman and The Flash have engaged in a number of races in DC Comics history. Over the decades, their fellow superheroes and even some of their villains have been just as curious to find out which Justice Leaguer really is the fastest. When it comes to Barry Allen's incarnation of The Flash, most of his races with Superman took place in the pre-continuity before the first reboot of the DC Universe in 19,851,986, in which Barry Allen died. Related how Justice League's Flash speed scenes were created. Flash v Superman. In the comics, Superman and The Flash had 3 races between 1967 and 1970. In 1967, the United Nations approached the two heroes with a race for charity to benefit developing nations. Discovering gangsters had placed illegal wagers on their race, the two heroes decided to end their competition in a tie to foil the gangsters. Ironically, the two superheroes fixed the outcome of their own race. However, they would soon race again later in 1967. In 175, 2 aliens who had witnessed their previous race challenged them to race again, this time across the entire Milky Way galaxy. Or else the aliens would destroy Metropolis and Central City. During their rematch through outer space, Superman realized the 2 aliens were actually 2 of Flash's arch-enemies, Professor Zoom and Abracadabra. The 2 heroes worked together to capture the villains, but the race ended in another tie, with neither of them sure who won. Finally, the third race declared a winner. In 1970, the Guardians of the Universe asked Superman and The Flash to race across the universe once more to stop Anachronoids from disrupting the very fabric of the universe. The 2 Justice Leaguers learned Phantom Zone criminals, including General Zod, were actually behind the Anachronoids and were using a special machine to disrupt the space-time continuum. Superman and The Flash both had their legs injured during their race, and eventually both heroes, trapped in another dimension, had to use their arms to crawl to turn off the machine. The Flash's endurance surpassed Superman and he made it to the machine first. The Flash officially won the race. The final race between Barry Allen and Clark Kent of the Silver Age took place in the pages of 1/2/1978, which The Flash again won after a bizarre time travel adventure. Barry died during bringing the final tally to 202 in favor of the Scarlet Speedster. However, when Barry Allen came back to life in 2009, a new race took place. In thinking his resurrection is causing the death of other speedsters, Barry tries to sacrifice himself to the Speed Force. Superman races after him to try to get to him to reconsider. As they run neck and neck, Superman tells Barry he is just as fast as The Flash, at which point Barry finds a new gear and runs, even leaving Superman in the dust. In the comics, The Flash is indeed faster than Superman, which makes sense. Superman boasts numerous abilities including his super speed, but it's The Flash who must live up to the title, fastest man alive. The Man of Steel has also raced other Flashes like Wally West in the comics, but generally speaking, the Scarlet Speedster usually comes out on top. Flash v Superman in Justice League. In The Flash got the shock of his life the first time he faced Superman. After being resurrected, a confused Man of Steel took the League for enemies and began fighting them. While Superman had Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, Aquaman, Jason Momoa and Cyborg Ray Fisher in his grip, The Flash moved at super speed to flank Superman. But Superman not only heard Flash coming, he turned his head and looked right at Flash while he was running at super speed. Superman then went after Flash at super speed, but Barry was fast enough to dodge Clark's haymaker punches. Later, during the League's final battle with Steppenwolf Kieran Hines in Russia, Flash and Superman raced to save the villagers fleeing from the conflict. While Flash was running at super speed, Superman matched his speed while flying and teased Flash by calling him the race to save more villages was on, though Superman outperformed Flash by saving an entire building of people compared to the lone family Flash was able to save. Related is Justice League. Appropriate for children, mid-credits scene delivered a fun homage to the comics by having Flash and Superman agree to a friendly race to settle the issue of who is fastest. This time, the race came with a wager: if Flash loses, he has to take everyone in the league to brunch, Batman's suggestion, but if Flash wins he gets to tell everyone he's faster than Superman. The two heroes then launched themselves into their race, leaving fans to imagine and debate among themselves who would have won. If proved successful enough at the box office to warrant a sequel, or if The Flash's movie hits movie theaters first, fans hope to hear the answer of who won the race in the mid-credits scene. But if comic book history holds true, the Man of Steel was left red-faced from losing to The Flash, the true fastest man alive. Next, Justice League reshoots every change Whedon made to Snyder's film.